Hi there, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. My name is Gilbert Guaz and welcome to Success Elementary, to yet another phenomenal lesson as we enter and dive in to one of the beautiful principles that I had to learn through studying Napoleon Hill, through going to study one of Napoleon Hill's mentees who mentored the other mentees, who has given room for people to understand what we are studying here. And as we start and begin on a new topic, which is called the mastermind, the power of the mastermind, which is chapter 10. Can you believe that we are already on chapter 10? I would like to remind you that you need to subscribe to this channel and to just click on the bell button so that each and every one tend to benefit, and you are the first one to know whenever we upload something new. You're notified and you stay on track in as far as this information, which is transformational, which has got the potential of changing every aspect of your life. When my first mentor, who is my mastermind group partner, first gave me this information in the form of videos by Bob Proctor, he told me that if you only pay attention to just an hour of Bob Proctor, your life is never going to be the same. At first I was skeptical. To me it didn't make sense that there was something else other than what I knew already, which had the potential of changing the trajectory of my life. I was skeptical. I didn't believe it. But there's something that really got me into the groove of things. He was so persistent with me. In as much as he kept on sending these videos, I didn't have the time because my life I was busy doing nothing. Bottom line, I was busy doing nothing. And so he kept on sending these videos, kept on repeating, kept on sending these videos. And I was like, okay, there must be something, really. If someone has tagged me and has been following me and has been sending me these messages and these videos, suggesting videos for me to watch, suggesting books for me to read for a good year, and without me responding, I must be missing out on something. And guess what? When I first watched Bob Proctor's You Were Born Rich seminar, which is more like a 10-hour stretch, it's got a series on it, it made sense. It really made sense. And from there on, I knew exactly what I was missing, and I knew exactly what I needed to do. And so I jumped in head first. I had to go in. I didn't have to think twice about it. I had to go in and I had to start studying with him. I had to continuously pester him and nag him for more information because I was so new in this field of personal development and mental sciences, and getting to understand myself and how I function, and getting to understand the relationship between my thoughts and my results. I didn't know about that. And so it's been quite a pretty good journey. I have no regrets at all. I give all the props and all the respect to this guy for continuously giving me the power and continuously encouraging me to try something new. If all that I was doing was not working, was there any reason for me not to try another way? That's how I processed the whole scenario back then. And so it's such a beautiful thing. Fast forward, we are here. I formulated a school called Success Elementary, which is a platform which I'm hoping to help more than 1 million people, to impact a lot of people with this information, and possibly to gravitate and to make sense and to make it as simple as possible, to give this information and explain it in the best way that I've studied how, because I'm a student of this game. I'm continuously studying, I'm continuously researching to get it more simpler and simpler by the day. It's a daily habit of mine, and I decided to share my habits with you because I believe this habit of studying is most to do with my results today, because my results have continuously been improving, and I wish I could put it in a syringe and give it to someone in the form of a jab, but unfortunately we can't. We have got to go about it the only way we know how, and that is through repetition, that is through study, that is through formulating groups like this. Success Elementary is a school, which is a platform of growth, a good platform of sharing good ideas, if you've got any challenges. I do not want to assume as if I know everything, but that's the whole point of the principle that we're about to learn in chapter 10, which is understanding the power of the mastermind. By masterminding, what it simply means is you're going to have to formulate a group of people, deliberately choose the people who resonate and who think the way you think and who are goal-driven by their goals, the same way you are driven by your goals, or into the same things that you're into. More or less, people are up for growth. So you're going to deliberately choose 3 or 4 people. I've got a very small mastermind group which consists of 3 people, and it has been in existence for more than a year. But in the beginning, it was much larger than that. But things happen, people get caught up, and people stray. Be open to that. Your intentions or the foundation of the group can take twists and turns, because each and every one of us is trying to come together to focus on one thing, which is personal development. And in some instances, other people are going to start struggling because they're going to start putting up with their wars that are going on inside of themselves. Now, when that starts happening, it's the time that the mastermind group is needed the most. It's the time that you need to be calling each other, you need to be texting each other, you need to be each other's accountability partners to really check on each other. If someone is straying or someone is giving excuses, best believe their old self is now trying to win them over such that they do not pursue their dreams and goals. So with me here, it's just by the definition of what a mastermind group is all about. You can have your own virtual mastermind group. You can formulate people who have made the most impact with their stories and who inspire you, who have inspired you to become more authors, who have made the greatest impact, and you can sort of like visualize them. So you can have a physical mastermind group where you can have physical people whom you get into contact with on a daily basis or as and when it's necessary. I usually recommend every day for start, so that you get the habit going on, because repetition is the key to learning anything new. So there is power. There is power in the mastermind. I guarantee you there is power, because as soon as you step out of your normal routine or your old routine to start something new, your old self is going to put up a royal battle to take you back to where you were, which is in comfort, which is in doubt, which is in worry, which is in fear, to make you stay the same. Now, having a mastermind alliance or having a mastermind group, or you deliberately choosing the people whom you are going to give your trust to, is important, because you are holding yourself, or you are putting your trust into those people to hold you accountable for whatever you have suggested that you're going to do. If you're about to study a book, you're going to be checking on each other. If someone is straying or someone is banking, you're going to have to be on them and to continuously pester them up until they come back into the formation. So with me here, I've got a couple of principles which were shared to me, which are the principles that I'm going to be sharing with you also in PDF format. I'll share the link, I'll upload on a Google Drive, and I'll share the link so that you also have a copy of what it entails, what are the principles surrounding your mastermind group which you're going to formulate. So I'm going to read out these principles for you so that I've printed them out. I'm going to read these mastermind principles. These are the principles that you're going to have to observe as you deliberately choose the group that you're going to. I would highly recommend not a group of more than 8 people. Once it goes past 8 people, you need to break it and formulate into 2 groups. I've had the privilege of masterminding with one of the finest mentors on planet Earth. She goes by the name of Eva Piechek. She's the one who took me through the whole 6 months of a personal development course called Thinking into Results, which is more like an updated version of You Were Born Rich, done by Bob Proctor, inspired by Elle Nightingale and Andrew Conard. And the principles are the ones that we are reading from Napoleon Hill, because they were all inspired and mentored by Napoleon Hill. And so I've had the privilege of going personal and studying from the last descendant of the person who was mentored by Napoleon Hill himself. So this information that we're sharing is not just basic and bare information. It's information that is transformational. It has transformed me in a lot of ways. And with me here, as I said, let's read the Mastermind Principles so that at least you can get an idea. So these are Mastermind Principles. They go like this. I begin every Mastermind meeting by reading these Mastermind Principles. Number 1, I release. I release myself to the mastermind because I am strong when I have others to help me. I believe. I believe the combined intelligence of the mastermind creates a wisdom far beyond my own. I understand. I understand that I will more easily create positive results in my life when I'm open to looking at myself, my problems, and opportunities from another point of view. I decide to release my desire totally in trust to the mastermind, and I'm open to accepting new possibilities. I forgive. I forgive myself for mistakes I've made. I also forgive others who have hurt me in the past, so I can move into the future with a clean slate. I ask my mastermind to hear what I really want, my goals, my dreams, and my desires. And I hear my mastermind partners supporting me in my fulfillment. I ask the mastermind to hear what I really want, my goals, my dreams, my desires, and I hear my mastermind partners supporting in my fulfillment. I accept. I know, relax, and accept, believing that the working power of the mastermind will respond to my every need. I am grateful knowing this is so. Dedication and covenant at the end. I know I have a covenant in which it is agreed that the mastermind shall supply me with an abundance of all things necessary to live a success-filled and happy life. I dedicate myself to be of maximum service to God and my fellow human beings, to live in a manner that will set the highest example for others to follow, and to remain an open channel of God's will. I go forth in a spirit of enthusiasm, excitement, and expectancy. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mastermind principles. So I'm going to be uploading this to share it with you. I'm just giving you as I got it, because these are the things that really started to make sense that, okay, if Napoleon Hill is suggesting of a mastermind, what then governs the mastermind? If I'm to put together a group of 4 or 5 people whom I'm going to be studying with, whom I'm going to be sharing and bouncing ideas with, whom I'm going to be assisting in providing resources for whatever they want to pursue, what then is supposed to govern the mastermind group? Because the whole spirit of having these principles is to create a team. Not all groups are teams. Some groups, people are pulling in so many different directions. No wonder there's no that mastermind alliance. In companies, in churches, in cell groups, even in families, we've got people pulling in so many different directions. And there is no that mastermind alliance. There is no that spirit of oneness. There is no harmony, so to speak. So that's part and parcel of what we are trying to fix here. It goes all the way down to your friendships. and to the people that you deliberately choose to hang around and spend most of your time with. You are supposed to commit to these mastermind principles. If you but study these mastermind principles and commit, you're going to then, it's going to start making sense who then needs to be in your space as a mastermind group partner. Igrupu remakuwa, igrupu rekubatsirana here, alliance yekutaura politics, yekutaura kunetsa kwezvinhu here, kana kuti alliance yebusiness, yema opportunities, yema possibilities, yema solutions, uye iri alliance yekubatsirana. When you read these mastermind principles, it will become so apparent to you in which way you are supposed to go. It will give you some form of direction in the quality of people that you are supposed to be having in your mastermind group. Haisi nyaya yekuforsa, inyaya yekuvangova committed, inyaya yekuti you are hanging around people who are so committed for growth and who are so committed for development, who are so committed of new ideas, and who are so committed to understand themselves through study. There is no other way that you're going to gain an understanding of who you truly are and what you're capable of doing. There is only one true known way ever since the beginning of time. That only way is through study. Though we've got different forms of study. Other people can't read books. They would rather have it in audio format. Other people would rather watch a movie of the documentary rather than studying books. I totally get that. There are different forms of study. But as long as you are not open to channeling new information inside of your mind, how then do you plan to change the way you see things? It's going to be an impossibility for you to see different perspectives when you are stuck to your old ways and to the limited ways of looking at the same things the same way for a very long time. So these mastermind principles have got power in them. They breed the harmony. They breed that oneness. And every time you formulate a mastermind group, it can be a mastermind group of sharpening your skills. It can be a mastermind group of business ideas. It can be a mastermind group of family men and family women. It can be a mastermind group of young ladies or young men. You know who you are and you know the areas in which you need help in. And amongst the people that you know, you just need to go and make your selection. Give them a call, give them a text. What do you think? If we but formulate a group of 4, on this particular group, we are going to be focusing, because you can't be a mastermind group of everything. You're going to have to be a mastermind group specific for a particular goal. You're going to have to formulate a goal on your own, in your own mastermind, that we want to, each and every one of our mastermind group partners is going to accumulate at least 10,000 by end of this year in savings. Let's give it, for example, like that. And so each and every day you sit down, you're analyzing what each person is doing, and you're bouncing off ideas in the areas in which they can improve, helping them to get and achieve that common goal in your mastermind group. So it is a principle that every successful person that you have ever heard about uses. They've got people whom they rely on. They've got people whom they bounce off ideas. They've got people whom they go ask questions. And if ever they face difficulties, they always go back to their mastermind group to really make them understand what it is all about that they are about to achieve as a common goal. So this is just but an introduction that I had to give you. At the end, I just want you to get these mastermind principles, study them before we jump into Napoleon Hill and get to have a perspective of Napoleon Hill of how he viewed the mastermind group. So that's more about that today. It was more like giving you the mastermind principles so that at least you've got a good foundation in as far as how you are going to formulate your mastermind alliance. Never forget to press the subscribe button and to press the notification. For our next lesson, we are jumping into Napoleon Hill chapter 10, and we're going to be studying on how the mastermind and how the power of the mastermind is supposed to be harnessed. It's more like putting batteries in series together. When you put 2 and 2 together, it makes 10 good people, fire pistons, which are bound to make everything even better, and you accelerate rather than spend a lot of time trying to figure stuff out. So thank you so much, Omana, for joining me for today's lesson on the introduction of the mastermind. Up until we meet again tomorrow, we've got a special lesson that we're going to do, and we're going to start studying Napoleon Hill, because it's one of the most critical principles. If you don't have a support system, it's more like your backbone. If Voltron doesn't have the other components, then it's never going to be a Voltron. So it's more like the Voltron concept. Pardon me for deriving a little bit of wisdom from a cartoon character, but my hope is to simplify it and to make it easy for you to get it as we go along in our journey. So it's been a beautiful journey. It's been a beautiful time. It's always a pleasure serving you. It's always a pleasure starting with you and sharing with you this information. My hope is to impact a whole lot of people. And yeah, thanks so much for your support, guys. I truly appreciate. And my hope is you continuously share these videos, because you never know, you could be the next best solution to someone else's problems. And I totally feel and I totally believe in this information, in its power to transform, in its power to change your perspective in the way you see life, in its power to give you that knowledge of self, which has got the serious potential of changing every aspect of your life. If you don't know yourself, you're going to be relying on other people and circumstances to be telling you of who you are. And you don't want to be in that position anymore. It's time now to take your life, to take the driver's seat of your own life, and to start controlling it in the best way you know how. That's not to mean you go selfish, but for you to advance and to become an inspiration in a lot of people. So up until we meet again on same time, same place, this is Captain Gwaze. Success Elementary is the page. Go subscribe, go press that notification button so that you don't miss any lesson. Up until we meet again next lesson, cheers.